It started with sun and the soft going breeze, lazy coconut trees swaying with ease, golden sunsets and waves kissed the shore. When Vito saw Terezinha, his heart knew for sure. A whirlwind romance, so tender, so true, with laughter and love in each moment they knew. Soon hand in hand, with a dream they would go to Canada's arms from the warm shores of Goa. Golden couple, Vito and Terezinha, 50 sweet years, what a beautiful arena. From oceans to snow, through joy and some strife, you built with your hearts a most wonderful life. With love as your compass and kindness your crown, you lift everyone when you gather around. A new life began on a land far and wide, but love was their anchor and hope was their guide. 3 shining stars they raised with great pride, teaching them always to walk side by side. With each passing year their bond only grew, through baking and banter they always stayed true. The table was set with aromas divine, and every reunion felt touched by design. Now grandchildren laugh where their footsteps have been, echoes of love in each giggle and grin. Family and friends all gather and say, there's magic in how you both brighten the day. Through laughter and dancing and stories retold, your hearts are still young, though the years may be cold. Your love is a beacon, a warm steady light, that carries us through every season and night. Golden couple, Vito and Terezinha, 50 sweet years, what a beautiful arena. From oceans to snow, through joy and some strife, you built with your hearts the most wonderful life. With love as your compass and kindness your crown, you lift everyone when you gather around. You lift everyone when you gather around.
And I love you so. People ask me how I live till now. I tell them I don't understand. Only life has been. I began again the day you took my hand. And yes, I know how lonely life can be. The shadows fall and the light falls at me. And now I know the evening won't let me down. Now that you're around me and you love me, I know that. Thoughts are just for me, as always. The spirit's free. I'm happy that you do. The book of life is green. Once the page is red, but love is dead. That is my belief. And yes, I know how lonely life can be. The shadows follow me, and the light won't set me free. And yes, I know the evenings, now that you're around me.
Tonight, we're celebrating two people who turned a 3-day whirlwind into 50 years of laughter, love, and harmony. Yes, for those who don't know, Dad proposed to Mom 3 days after they met. Today, we'd call that a bold move. But back in 1975, that moment set the stage for a lifetime of memories. Clearly, he saw something special and thought, I can see clearly now. One of their first dates, Dad took Mom to the Mondevi, a place where they started not just their relationship, but a lifelong partnership full of adventure, laughter, and a whole lot of music.
The newlywed era began. And I'll be honest, the newlywed era was no small feat. Dad was in Canada, they were an ocean apart. We didn't have, the Zoom or WhatsApp, but we had handwritten letters, which I say fostered an even higher and better connection than whatever 5G or whatever you can do nowadays. But Mom left everything that was familiar behind and moved across the world to Toronto. And they started their new life here. And it was around this time that Lucio was born. And it was the first chapter of a growing family. It was around this time Mom was working on her qualification, her French qualification to teach in Ontario, while raising us. And she really just showed us. She showed us what hard work and determination is, and it was just such a positive example, and we're so lucky to have had it. Now, Mom is modest and humble, and she will scold me if I try to talk about her grades. As you all know, Dad is also modest and humble. And I would be remiss to voice any such accolades. That being said, some parents try to make ends meet. Dad went out there and he wanted to build something big. Dad worked his way up through the business world, and eventually created his own company, VBM Inc. Network Solutions. this hard work together, they got and created and found their dream house, their dream home. A customized, personalized house that they built, and they filled. It was a place just filled with joy, warmth, love, and just all around the kind of kitchen Mom deserved.
My copy has bigger print, so I can see. And in that kitchen, Mom worked her magic, cooking with love and precision to match Dad's particular palate. From crab curry to shakati to her famous soups, Mom created comfort in a bowl even when we didn't know that we needed that comfort. And they both created tons of fun on our many trips by plane, as in to Goa or Bahamas or Dominican, and on the road. As Dad says, you make your own fun. And they made that really easy for us because they always gave us fun. We remember our countless drives to Toronto to visit the gang on Tottenham or in Thornhill. And of course the many trips to Niagara Falls with Mom passing tomato sandwiches and pastéis to the back seat like a snack ninja. Well-trained snack ninja. And the car was always filled with the sounds of Walkin' on Sunshine, or you guys probably remember 500 Miles by the Proclaimers, or the Forrest Gump soundtrack. It just kept going and going and going. We did not stop. Even Vito was singing with us.
I don't sing.
And even though they might not have asked for directions, the music kept them in sync and they always got there together. And let's not forget, when Mom and Dad hit the dance floor, it's like Blue Suede Shoes just starts playing on its own. I don't even think there's music. Their rhythm and joy have always had a way of bringing people together, whether it's at a wedding, a party, a birthday, or just the many, many Christmases that they've hosted in their very own living room, and so many of you have shared with us.
We also want to acknowledge Laura, Mary, Wilburn couldn't be here, but we know they're here with us in spirit, and we miss them so much. We have a few of the pioneers missing today who are so pertinent in the Canadian journey. Delorge, Tilda, Tielsa, Lisette, all of whom were instrumental in supporting Mom and Dad in the early days and navigating the unknown and building the foundation for the life we have today. We hold them so close to our heart, and we know they're with us today in spirit, and we hold that with you.
Through every era, they've kept the beat, including the mother-in-law and father-in-law era, which began in 2008 when Steve came into the fold, and carried into 2013 when Bruce entered the scene. Dad always lovingly having a cold beer ready for Bruce in the fridge, and a hot bowl of wonton soup ready for Steve. Mom, of course, ever the baker, whipping up her rum cakes and meal favorites for both of the sons-in-law. And finally, perhaps the most recent and loudest era, Mom and Dad became Pops and Vovo, and thus began the grandparent era. Always doting on what Mom refers to as their 5 lucky stars, Lexi, Nico, Olivia, Sophie, and Harrison. Their wedding song was always, and they've lived it in the truest sense. Always steady, always there, always making space for a good meal, a great story, and a bit of light teasing. So now, let's raise a glass to Mom and Dad. Happy 50th anniversary.
Cheers.
Dear God, thank you for our dear Bobo and Pops for their hugs, songs, stories, and love. They've been together for 50 whole years. That's a lot of birthdays, meals, trips, and happy tears.
Thank you for the yummy food we all get to share and for all the fun we will have together here. Please bless this meal and family far and near. And help us show love every day of the year. We are thankful today for Papa's and Bobo's golden glow, for the love they show, share, and grow. We love you, Bobo and Pops.
First of all, thank you very much to each and every one of you from near and far who came to spend this very special day with us. I must thank, a big thank you to Leanne, who organized this lovely party. She has to organize it not only once, but twice. When we changed the date, as you all know, she even said, "Mom, you and Dad put me through a ringer." But she's a pro, she's always on with it. So when you're planning the marriage of your kids, if you need any help, any hints, you know who to go to, no charge. And I must thank my beautiful 5 grandchildren for their prayers. You are really the light of our days. Of course, what can I say about my better half? He is always, I know each and every one of you in this room just love him. So I'll say the good things. He's always such good intentions, always. He always tells me, "Amor, teach me how to make chapatis, because so you don't need to make." And I say, "That's okay, Vito. As long as you learn how to brew coffee and turn on the microwave, I'll be happy." Vito is intelligent, he is caring, he is generous, he's playful. He's not perfect, mind you, but he's perfect for me. So, Vito, say a few words and we start the party.
You know, today I decided not to say anything, really. I'm always doing the talking. Instead, I said, you know, I'm going to sing a beautiful song to her.
Wow.
But before I do that, though, I just said something. No, really, I see all of you here. You guys are all my nephews and nieces, you know. Today I had a call from one of my nephews, Bebe, and he was telling me, he says, you know, you people are blessed, you brothers. I said, why? He says, you know, I look at Tilin, Tiluish, and you, all 3 of you have celebrated your 50th anniversary. That's very rare, he says. I said, that's just chapter 1. I said, the chapter 2 is we all live to be over 80 and we are going to 90s sort of thing. I said, you know. Anyway, but the good thing is, quite honestly, before I say a couple of things to Terezinha, what I like to see here is, you know, all 7 of us, brothers and sisters, we have been blessed. But we see all our children, okay, you are all here, and how well all of you have turned out to be. But keep one thing in mind though, okay, which is very important. We all have issues, problems, and things like that. But the one thing that 7 of us always want and will want is for all of you, somehow or the other, to get along. Forget about, small issues. Don't go to bed with those issues. Call people, talk to your brothers, talk to your sisters and whatnot, and just get along. You know who taught me that is Terezinha. I'll tell you why. We men dancers, we are stubborn SOBs, okay? What happens to us is, if something goes wrong, you know what we do? We sulk. And then we want to talk for a day or hours, maybe 2 days. But she taught me something, and that is, don't go to sleep with those feelings. We got to make up. Everybody has issues, problems, and whatnot. But we have to make up. Anyway, enough of that. Now I got to talk about my amorzinho here, okay? My amor. To me, I think Leanne made a mistake, by the way. She said, in 3 days, it took me 3 days to ask
I'm
her.
trying to protect your reputation.
Forget it, okay? I went there, I'll tell you. On Good Friday, I was sitting at Mandovi Hotel while Tisha and this one and that, everybody was staying. On Thursday, Monday, Thursday, okay? We were sitting, I'm having a couple of beers there, waiting for her, and what she, Sergio, everybody came out there. And next day is Good Friday. So I borrow your dad's car, the Peugeot 404, and we go to the beach. Sergio, Fatima, she and I. So I said to Sergio and Fatima, I said, do you mind? We are going for a walk, so you guys get lost sort of thing, So we go for a walk and whatnot. Didn't take us time, there was chemistry right away sort of thing, And I asked her, I said, listen, I've fallen for you. And I want to get married to you. She tells me that, the feeling is mutual, but the thing is she's got to correct papers and whatnot in Bombay out there because she's teaching out there. I said, forget all that, because I don't have too much of time. We're going to get married soon. In 3 weeks' time, we're going to get married if you give me the okay. And she said yes. But I'll tell you one thing though. She is not just a good person, beautiful, the best friend, but one thing though, I've learned, she doesn't like me to talk about this, okay? But apparently, when she did her BA, okay, she came first in the whole of Goa. Now, I said to myself, okay, she came first in Goa when she did. So she must be pretty smart, right? So I said, but I, on the other hand, when I was doing my senior academy, I came last, sort of thing. Now, the good thing is, now I know the old adage, opposites attract. So I like that, that was good. But no, in all honesty, she's been incredible.
When Aunt Terezinha first came to Canada, we were all very excited because here we had an aunt all the way from Goa. And the nice thing about my uncle, my godfather, is that he always wanted to include his nephews in his activities. So guess what? The first outing that he decided to take Aunt Terezinha was to a movie. And and he decided to invite his nephews, Rock and myself. And what do you think the movie was? Now, of course, she was looking forward to a nice romantic Valentine's type of movie. It was called Bite the Bullet, a Western. We went to a Western for her first date with her husband in Canada. How about that? So now Rock is going to tell you a few other stories.
What his family has told you and what the kids have said and the grandchildren is all bullshit, man. Jesus Christ. I can't stand it. I can't stand the bullshit. Because I'll tell you, the times that he and I had before this mystery lady walked into his life was like the Rat Pack. Those were the glory days. Not when he got married. Why do you think I'm not married? Shit, man. She ruined it for us. We had the best of times. Oh my God, did we ever. But however, in her defense, you know, she's quite the diplomat, very much like her father, the great Francis Pidmanese. Oh my God, that guy was a giant. Oh my God, why did he have to have a daughter like her? Because she just ruined it for us. Because my uncle and I had such a bond that was unbreakable. So I'll tell you what happened before Bite the Bullet. All right? He was the best. So when my mother introduced me to her younger brother, I said, oh my God, he's better than my father. What the hell, man? Because that guy was, he was military style. So I didn't see it. See, Carl enjoys my father, but he doesn't never lived with the man. Okay? It was like living Silence of the Lamb. You know, it's just, he was the best man in town, and nobody's mentioned his name. He's just forgotten, just like my grandfather. You know, Vito Mendonça, who had, nobody mentioned him either. He's forgotten too. Who had the 7 of them. Holy crap. Y'all people have been just eating this bullshit all this whole night. I can't stand it anymore. However, let's fast track to 50 years, okay? They've had 50 years together. She knows everything about him. He knows everything about her. And with 3 children and 5 grandchildren, oh my God, there are no arguments anymore. They're just discussions. And how do I know that? Because the best discussions they have with each other is when they're not together. You see? And he takes off, I hear, twice a day for 20 minutes walk. And he has a discussion in his own mind. Look at that. Is that what marriage is about? Because I've yet to undertake that. I don't know what the heck y'all are all doing. Because, you know, the concept of what family and being happy, it just doesn't work. Because everybody says, I'm happiest out there. And I truly believe that. Am I missing something out there? You tell me. Because until Terezinha walked into his life, I started to accept her now. Because my mother said she can give you something, him something, my younger brother, that you can't. So I'd like to learn what this thing is. What is that? Love? Marriage? Family? I kind of like that. But then when she had Lisa and Leanne and Vito, I was cast aside again. Thrown to the wolves.
Got these hands moving faster than a freight train, pounding keys till the morning light. My fingers dance across the black and white, and I just can't stop tonight. The crowd keeps screaming one more song, while my muscles burn and ache. But this rhythm's got me in its grip, and I'm too far gonna break. Mis dedos están temblando ya. El dolor me quema sin parar, pero el ritmo no me dejará. Seguiré hasta el final. Empty ballroom halls, ancient spirits start to dance, breaking through these weathered walls in a midnight kind of trance. Every step burns like fire, every move tells tales of old. Can't resist this deep desire as the music takes its hold. Listen close now, baby, hear that sound. That sound, that sound. Pianos rocking, shaking up the ground. Guitar screaming, telling you to move, to move, to move. Tonight we're dancing, got something to prove. Striker, a wild night hiker, moving faster than a freight train fighter, breaking rules and making deals, spinning records, burning wheels. Underground where legends stay, keep on moving till the break of day. Ancient rhythms meet new beats, dancing devil in the